Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like I have anywhere on the internet, because I've designed it from scratch during the 8 years that I've been coaching now, 7 years of YouTube, and over a year now on YouTube. And the other reason is because nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. 2 to 3 times per week, we rendezvous with my clients, whichever package you choose. All the information for me is below on my website. I coach in audio exchange, in Zoom sessions, and telephone sessions. I also recently included what is called a course for a month, a speed course for a month for somebody who's advanced and wants to accomplish what I usually accomplish in 2 to 3 months minimum in my coaching program in 1 month. It's a very intense program. You have to be available 4 times a week and really dedicate a lot of time to completing this coaching program in a month. All the descriptions are on my website. If you have any questions before booking, just email me. It's usually a very good idea to pre-book me ahead of time. I have usually 20-25 clients at a time, and as a rotation, people are leaving sometimes, and I have a list of people that I will reach out to first who have paid and want to come aboard. And so it's a very good idea to put your name on the list by pre-booking and by signing the coaching agreement that is attached to every single coaching package and sending it to me. You have to sign it by hand, print and date the agreement as well by hand, and send it to me. Either scan it or just take a clear picture, okay? If you need to make up your mind if I'm your kind of coach, there's an hour session that you can book, and during that time you can tell me what you want to work on, and we have a very kind of like meet and greet conversation in terms of figuring out if we are the right kind of match. I definitely give you feedback, but as you can imagine, an hour is not nearly enough for me to be able to help you. You need to be able to be in my coach. Lastly, I want to remind everybody that I do coach coaches. There is a course on my website for that. That is an investment in your business if you're starting out, or if you just want to up your game in the coaching business. I've coached many coaches this way, and let me tell you, everybody walked away very, very happy, making way more money than they originally did, or switching careers essentially, as it were. I teach you everything that I know and all the experience that I've accumulated during the last 8 years of me being a coach. Again, if you have any questions about anything I just said, email me or just book an hour with me or just book the coaching, and let's connect to figure out when we can rendezvous over a phone call or a Zoom session. So the subject of today is something that people have been asking me to talk about repeatedly. Money is like the air that you breathe. That's the title of today's subject. So obviously we're talking about money. And I thought about it for some time because to me, everybody's different. I have no resistance towards money. I worked on certain parts of things that I observed in other people. But essentially, the way I grew up, we weren't ultra wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but we had everything. We were, I would say, above middle class, something like this. And so early on, I was exposed to good things. We had everything. I never needed to even ask my parents. They just knew what I needed, and I always pretty much got what I wanted, okay? Additionally, I have 2 very, very, very wealthy relatives, my 2 aunts on each side of my family, that have shown me that money has nothing to do with anything, really. It just has to do with intention and being able to ask boldly for that money. And so what I observed in my, formative years up until age 11, I realized that money is not really a competition. It's not scarce. It's certain people, like some friends that I would make later on or in high school even, would have different ideas about these things. And to me, that was foreign. So internally, I already knew that it was easy. And so for me, it has like zero resistance. And this is why, I can just ask, I can write it down, and I can get it. But I understand a lot of people come from different kind of backgrounds. And so I'm going to try my best to explain what it is you would need to work on, okay? So obviously we're talking about beliefs, right? So some people come into my coaching and they tell me, when we get to the belief work, they tell me, oh, no, we can skip over this. I already worked on this. Some people told me, not too many, a couple. Maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, I already done this with other coaches. Oh, really? Okay. Well, if you had done the work, my dearest, your life would have reflected it, right? So, please, if you're coming into my coaching, I don't care how many coaches you've been with, you're going to do it my way. Because my way is the right way. And I know this not because I'm so arrogant. I'm confident in what I've developed. And I know how it works if you're going to show up and do the work. So don't tell me these stories. You've already done it if your life literally does not reflect it. Okay? And speaking of coaching and money, understand that yes, coaching is an investment. Okay? And really, if you look around at other coaches who really know what they're talking about, they charge way more than I do. But most importantly, I have the guarantee that after walking away from my coaching, you at the very least will know exactly what to do and never need to hire another coach. Now, if you will implement those things into your life, that's on you. Those people who have, let me tell you something. It's not even on me, I'm bragging. It's on them and taking the program seriously, taking their life seriously. So while it is an investment, this is an investment that will transform your life. And I think that, if anything else, is worth investing most importantly, because the dividends that this will pay, it cannot be calculated, because you will do better in your job, you will do better in your health, in your romantic life, you name it, with money, of course, etc. So consider this, that you're investing in your life. This is a savings account that will pay enormous dividends. So for those of you who say, I cannot afford this is too expensive. No, you cannot afford to not afford it. That's the point of view that it should be, because you're actually investing in a new version of yourself. And that's what a wealthy person thinks like, parenthesis here. So if you have worked on your beliefs, your life should reflect it. If it doesn't reflect it, it's either you haven't really worked on your beliefs or you are not putting it into practice. Okay, so logically, you can know what you need to do. You can know what you have to be working on day in and day out, but you're not doing it for some reason. So the mechanism never fails. You're the one who's not working it or aren't aware of what is in your beliefs, period. Okay, so again, beliefs is the central piece of my coaching. This is where it's at. This is where the program is faulty at the moment if you're not experiencing abundance in any area of your life. And so the central question then becomes, what are you believing? Okay, what are you believing? And for some of you, it may be so hidden in your subconscious mind. And subconscious is not really so mysterious. It's just, it takes you some time to sit down and be honest with yourself. What is it that I believe about money in this case? Okay, am I deserving of the sum of money that I would like to make a year or a month? Do I feel like this is what, I will be making? Do I feel like I deserve it? Do I feel like I am worthy of it? I'll tell you a little story. This will illustrate. This came to me when I was writing my notes, so I think it will be relevant. I was growing up with this best friend I had when I was little, up until like 12 or so. We were best friends, and then I moved to France, and she was 3 years older than me, and she was very beautiful. She still is very beautiful, but she wanted to be a ballerina, okay? And she was excellent at it. She was very gifted. But when she turned 18, okay, she got married to a very controlling person. And before she got married, I would have these conversations. Now, mind you, I'm 3 years younger, right? So if she's 18 at that time, I'm 15. So this is like after I came back from France. I was in Russia for a little bit. And I'm trying to talk her out of it. I'm like, why would you do this? He's way older than you, and this and any other. Like, go and do your ballerina shit, man. You know, like, you're so good at it and la la la. So her argument was like, if it's not now, it's never. So you see, the program that's running in somebody's mind is so strong. Now, parenthesis here, her background is she grew up poor. Okay, her family was very poor. Okay, they were literally struggling. So for her, it was a way out of this maybe poverty. Maybe she could support her parents. And so her ideology was that if she can get married, she will be stable. Rather than investing in herself, in her career, becoming a ballerina, maybe worldwide and this and that, not even thinking this way, she resorted to getting married. Now, that marriage obviously didn't work out because, well, to me, it was pretty obvious because he was very controlling. He didn't want her to enjoy her life. He just wanted, to lock her up at home and have children. And so she conformed to that for a long period of time until she couldn't take it anymore. Why not start ahead of the, kind of like the curve or whatever you want to say it? Why not prevent certain things where you can start thinking big instead of thinking small? Why put up with anything right now in your life? Because some of you, like, who come to me with your SP situations, most of you, I understand your situation, it can be fixed, but some of you really are investing in situations that are not worth it. Let me just be polite. Okay, really, if a person is being manipulative and abusive towards you emotionally or mentally, do you have time like that? Seriously though, that is not worth it. I understand people can be changed, parallel realities, la 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 la. But you've already struggled so much, chances are, with this person. You're exhausted. Why not just reflect back on your beliefs and start redoing them so that you don't encounter that kind of a shit show person ever again and start afresh? Me, I just draw the line at abuse. Whenever I hear anything that is like abusive, I just say, maybe not. Maybe this is not really worth your effort, okay, after all, because you are human and you really should be kind to yourself, okay? Because the truth is, right, if you were that person that you were striving to be, with the new beliefs and new self-appreciation, you would have never stayed in that relationship to begin with. You would have never attracted that person into your life to begin with, okay? So just, it's your life, you do what you will, but I would just draw the line at abuse. And so, again, going back to self-love, money is a consequence of self-love. That's all it really is. Self-love, self-appreciation. And loving, genuinely being in love with what it is you do. I mean, obviously, you have to love what you do. I love everything I do with my fashion companies, with coaching. I love and adore my clients. Sunday is today my day off, but, whatever. I'm still working because I just love what I do. And, I do learn to take some time for myself and this and any other. But essentially, you really have to be crazy about what it is you do. So if you don't value yourself, if you don't value what it is you do, you don't appreciate yourself, how can others? Why would they? Why would they understand your value if you don't? Okay? Why does somebody make $1 million doing the same thing somebody else does for 100,000? Okay? Why? Well, first of all, the other person doesn't have their value together clearly and doesn't have the same expectations as the person who's, making $1 million a year, who's positioning themselves day in and day out. I'm $1 million a year person. This is how I dress. This is how I smell. This is how I talk. This is how I think. This is the kinds of foods I'm consuming. These are the kinds of shows I'm watching. These are the kinds of people I'm around, okay? So creating this vibration of wealth, of self-appreciation, of not descending into some kind of settling situation, but rather leveling up. It's all about leveling up. Like, it's already there. Your career, your money, whatever the business that you want to start that will bring you this revenue, Of course, you can manifest money out of the blue in the mailbox money and all this kind of stuff. Of course, that's fun too. But on a daily basis, I'm a true believer in doing something for the world, doing something for other people that you absolutely are in love with. It is literally something that you would do even if you didn't get paid. Obviously, you will. But the thing is, it has to be like you would do it. You do it just because you love it. You love it so much, you would do it even if you didn't get paid. And the thing is, you don't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to be the best at it. But what you do have to be is the most passionate about it, the most authentic about it, and be totally in love with what it is you're doing. Many other people can be more qualified than you. Many other people can have certifications, diplomas, degrees, and blue, blah, blue, blah, blue, blah, blue. And you know what? You're still getting paid more than them because you have more passion, you have more resonance with the people that you work with, and in the field that you are working in, okay? And people gravitate towards people, not towards businesses. People gravitate towards people who are exciting, who are authentic, who are passionate, so passionate they're about to come off the fucking ground, and that's what they want. That's what the investment is. It's like, what are you doing? I want to learn from you, okay? Or what are you doing? I want to buy from you. Whatever you're selling, I'm buying it because I just really resonate with your energy. The other thing that I would really say is always give to receive. So now that can take many forms. Okay, you may not have a lot of money right now in your bank account or in your hand, but it doesn't matter. Always contribute, okay? Contribute to the universe, essentially. Whether that's you're donating to something, okay? Even if it's $5, okay, right now, and you have 10. You give 5 to, I don't know, maybe it's a church you like, an organization that you support, a friend who's in need, or somebody in the street, okay, who's asking for money. It doesn't matter. You are giving to the universe with faith that, or it's spending money, okay, spending with faith, okay. I gave this example. I know I gave this example several times. When I was a model in New York, I'm only laughing because it's a well-known phrase now amongst my clients and on my channel, I suppose. When I was a model in New York, right, in my early teens, not early teens, late teens, early 20s, sometimes I would find myself in between jobs, all right? And all I had was like $200, $300 or some, or $500. And I would go to the supermarket or to, treat myself for a very nice dinner. And I would spend like $200, $300 with faith, right? Demonstrating faith that like I have every single knowledge and faith in the universe that the next job is about to ring me, is about to email me. I'm about to get $10,000 this week, okay? I'm about to land a job that's going to pay me $10,000. And don't you know, like clockwork, it worked. Now, if you're spending this money begrudgingly and I better not spend this money. No, forget it. It's how you spend it. Are you spending it with love and with faith? Are you giving it with love and with faith? Then the money has no choice but to come back to you in spades multiplied, right? It will be like, this is just the law of the universe. I don't know how it works. I just know it does. Because I think to the universe, you're demonstrating ultimate faith of like, yeah, I know more money is coming. So why would I hold on to this money if I can go and spend it on whatever the fuck I want to spend it on? All right. So it's kind of like the title. Money is like the air that you breathe. So can you run out of air? No. Then you can never run out of money. Money is like the air that you breathe. It's made of energy. It's made of love, primarily, just like I discussed not too long ago. And how can you run out of love? How can you run out of air? If you run out of energy, air, and love, we would all be fucking dead. I'm sorry. So if you're not attracting the money that you want into your life, it's only because you put barricades against it. And you really need to examine why you're doing it to yourself. True story. So it's only a matter of how much you let into your experience. It's all available. It's like money's on the floor, in the air, on the trees. Money does grow on trees, parenthesis here. Money's everywhere. Money is in the invisible quantum field that's ready to jump out at you in many, many different forms. But are you letting it in? Are you making it visible to yourself with your beliefs, with your expectations, and the amount of value that you put on yourself? Do you really think that you're valuable? Okay, do you really think that the marketplace needs you? And if you think that it's not the case, then you have some work to do, clearly. If you think I'm the best at what I do, I'm so passionate, I love it so much, people can't get enough of me, and, I'm really sought after, and, everybody that comes in contact with me really gains something so profound that they cannot get enough of it, that's a whole other shebang, and then you will never run out of money. Never in a million fucking years. So if right now you're not making what you want, it's only because it's the level of consciousness from which you're operating from. Okay? What is consciousness? Is what you're accepting as possible for you. Okay? The level of different parallel realities. Let's just imagine parallel realities as like the lowest kind of version of reality to the highest. Okay? Vertically speaking. And so on the lower consciousness, you have beliefs that are in fear, that are in lack, and that, it's settlement. It's like settling for something. On the highest high, it's unlimited. And somewhere in between, maybe you find yourself today, all right? And so your consciousness has to elevate itself to expecting something you've never expected before. Now, for that to happen, you need to change, right? Your beliefs need to change. Your expectations need to change. Because it's already here. Like I said, it's already here waiting for you to take it. Okay? Make it into the visible by becoming a different person. Start acting like that person who's making that amount of money that you want to make. Right now, you're not acting like that person. I bet my money on it. You're not dressed that well, smell that way, talk that way, walk that way, think that way. Again, eat those foods, okay? Go into the supermarket or whatever, or order the most expensive thing, okay? Maybe not the most expensive, but something that you would not normally buy, okay? If you go into a grocery store, that other thing that costs less money, no, buy the more expensive version of that. Start training your mind to expect more expensive things because now you're making way more money, okay? Don't count things that, how much, can I spend? Just approximately know that, okay, I can spend $100 here, so I'll just grab the best things that I can find for $100 and be so happy with it because I feel so rich taking these more expensive items that I would usually buy. And now I feel really like the wealth is around me. I'm in this vibration of wealth rather than, counting pennies and this and that. Don't do that ever again. Hang out with these people. Read people's biographies. I've done that, I still do it. I've done that all along. Read people's biographies that inspire you. How did they make it? What did they do? What kinds of thoughts and beliefs they entertained? How did they live their lives? Make friends like that, okay? Watch videos like that. Not 300 million videos on YouTube about how to bring back your fucking SP. No, fuck that shit. That shit is easy. You become the person who has that already, has that wealth in every department. And not for nothing, but wealth is not about being a good person or a bad person. It's just being a person of value. I don't care what anybody says, okay? If you present value to the world, the universe responds. Okay, and again, it has nothing to do with being a good person or a bad person. That's a whole other situation, a whole other conversation. Having a lot of money does not actually at all make you a bad person automatically. It just makes you a person who's figured out how vibration works, how this world works. Okay, so I think it's a lot easier, okay, to be of value to the universe by presenting yourself as a wealthy person and receiving the wealth back and then contributing to society rather than not being able to contribute anything and instead taking from the society. I think you would most of you would agree with that statement. And so wealth is a concept. It's a matter of intention. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the most gifted person. You don't have to be the most beautiful person in the room. All you have to do is have the intention, have the audacity, in quotations, to ask for it, to expect it, to live in it mentally. Again, my two aunts as an example, it's the most, perfect example to me earlier on, that it has nothing to do with anything other than the audacity to ask for it and live it. Okay, they're not the most beautiful women in the entire universe. They're not the smartest ones. What they did though, what they had though, is the audacity to ask for it and live it. Unapologetically so. Asking, not feeling guilty about it, not feeling any type of way about it, but really celebrating it, luxuriating in it, and really enjoying it. And doing other things for other people, like enormous things for other people, okay? But I really can't go into this right now. So not being shy about it, not being apologetic about it, not feeling guilty about it. Fuck that shit. Live your life to the fullest. Live your life to the fullest. Enjoy it and show others that it's possible for them, and also helping others, of course. The idea is that once you understand that it's already with you, you just haven't made it visible to you. It goes out as a telepathic message, energetic, a telepathic message that you're sending out to the entire universe. Made of you, parenthesis here, okay, the universe is made of you. And all of a sudden you change your self-worth, your self-love, your self-appreciation to I am a nobody, from I'm a nobody, I don't have anything to contribute, I'm just like everybody else, I don't deserve much, labba-dooba-dooba-doo, to I'm an exceptional person, I have so much to give to the world, I am passionate about what I do, I deserve making $1 million and beyond a year, people gravitate towards me because of my authenticity, and on and on and on and on. Now, how does that happen? Does it happen overnight? No. But most people in my coaching, I encourage to do what you love to do. This is a game changer. If you're not doing what you love to do today or aren't getting paid enough for it, you have got to change it. You have got to change it through working on your beliefs on what it is you deserve and your self-appreciation. Self-appreciation is key to making more money. Okay, again, if you don't set the rules, others will set them for you, and that's not a winning proposition. You need to command the universe into, I'm going to make $1 million. And you don't need to figure out necessarily how right now. What you do need to do is work on your belief system that will allow you to start accepting money even without action. Even without necessarily working for it, but having the goal inside of this is where I'm going, this is the kind of person I'm becoming, with this kind of organization that I'm going to build, or this kind of business that I'm going to create, or this kind of empire that I'm going to create. You need goals, okay? Hello, how are you? Good morning. You need goals. You need weekly goals. You need monthly goals. You need yearly goals. I myself do this all the time, and this is what I teach in my coaching. You really need goals. So if you haven't got a scrap of paper in your possession with a fucking goal on it for money, well, this is part of the reason why. Okay, because you don't even know where you're going. You don't even know how much money you want to make this year. You don't even know how much money you want to make this week. Okay, but you might say, Anna, I'm going to a 9-to-5. Okay, can you start a side business? Yes, you can. People doing it like all day long. You can create something on the side until it becomes your entire situation, and then you get to quit your job and become your own boss. Things like that. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just an idea. In other words, nobody's holding you back from making what you want to make and receiving the money that you want to receive, even without working, other than you. But here's the deal. If you are operating like the no action money, if you are a 9-to-5 or somebody in a miserable job that you really hate, or it's miserable to you because you're not passionate about, you cannot really manifest no action money from that desperate point of view. Okay, just parenthesis here. If you do, it will go just like it came. And here's why. It will not stick to you. Just understand, I'm being completely truthful here. Here's why. Because ultimately you are unhappy about what it is you do. In order to gain that money, start manifesting no action money and keep it coming, you really need to start becoming passionate about what it is you do. You really need to spring up in bed, first thing in the morning, ready to go and rock and roll with what it is you do. passionate, like can't wait to get up in the morning kind of deal. Like I get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because I can't wait to get to work. Cannot wait to get to work. I wish I had 3 lifetimes to do everything I want to do. This is the kind of sentiment that you have to have. So if you are begrudgingly manifesting this money, like, oh, if only I can manifest $50,000 and this will relieve me for X, Y, and Z situations, and then I'll feel happy. Forget it. You will spend that money, something will come up, and you will need to pay it, and then back to zero. No, you need to create a vibration in your life of a wealthy person. A wealthy person does not think this way. A wealthy person thinks that money is like the air that they breathe, because they themselves are made of money. It's inexhaustible. But you cannot be made of money if you're depending on this one little piece of luck or this one piece of luck. You understand it's coming from you. You can create it on command whenever you want it. And therefore, you would not be in a job, okay, in this particular example, that you absolutely hate, because you would know that you can create something completely different in your life out of thin air. Something you're actually passionate about, and then abandon that job, as I said before. And these are the things, but of course, people come from different backgrounds, like I said, don't really want to risk a lot. But the thing is, the way you're doing things right now isn't working at all for you, is it? And so it's about time that you invited new ideas in order to experience new levels of consciousness, new kind of money in your bank account, new outcomes. Because the truth is, it's all there waiting for you. It's ready for your taking. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this made sense to all of you. All the information from me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.